They looked amazing on the lot, packed with high-tech features, bold styling, and tempting price tags. But for thousands of Americans, these 10 brand-new SUVs quickly went from dream rides to daily regrets. Whether it's engine troubles, tech failures, or repair bills that hit like a car payment, here are the top SUVs buyers in 2025 wish they never brought home. Let's dive in. Number 10. 2025 Honda Passport. The 2025 Honda Passport might seem like the ideal rugged midsize SUV for American families. With a strong 280 horsepower 3.5L V6 engine, spacious 5-passenger layout, and a starting price around $42,000. But reality sets in by 60,000 miles when that same V6 starts suffering from cylinder misfires, oil dilution, and infamous variable cylinder management issues that cause rough idling, poor fuel economy, and $3,500 to $5,000 repair bills that often hit just after the powertrain warranty ends. And while Honda touts its standard features like wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, Honda sensing with adaptive cruise and lane keep assist, remote start, tri-zone climate control, and an 8-inch touchscreen, owners quickly realize the infotainment is laggy. The safety tech is overly sensitive and glitchy, and cabin materials feel more budget crossover than premium SUV, especially when road noise floods in at highway speeds and seat comfort wears thin on longer trips. The ride is firmer than expected, steering feels numb, and although it boasts torque vectoring AWD and up to 5,000 pounds of towing, real-world fuel economy struggles to hit the advertised 21 miles per gallon combined, and off-road credibility doesn't match the tough looks, with many owners finding the Passport's high price, steep depreciation, and hit-or-miss reliability leaving them questioning if Honda really still builds long-lasting SUVs, or if the brand's glory days are now behind it. Number 9. 2025 Mazda CX-90. The 2025 Mazda CX-90 PHEV looks like a sleek, high-tech luxury SUV deal on paper with its $49,000 starting price and classy design. But many owners start regretting the purchase by just 40,000 miles when the 2.5L four-cylinder engine paired with its plug-in hybrid system starts throwing EV system warning lights, overheating under load, and occasionally shutting down altogether on steep climbs or long drives. And when the hybrid system or battery fails, the repair costs can climb fast. $1,000 just to diagnose, $6,000 to $8,000 for major battery or electrical repairs. And that's if you can even find a dealer certified to work on it without a weeks-long wait. And while the CX-90 PHEV does impress with features like a 12.3-inch infotainment display, leatherette seats, tri-zone climate control, a 12-speaker Bose audio system, a panoramic sunroof, adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring, and available captain's chairs in the second row, real-world EV range, averages just 18 to 20 miles compared to Mazda's 26-mile claim. The rotary infotainment dial feels ancient in 2025. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto often disconnect, and the third row is so tight that even kids complain. So despite the upscale vibes, most owners end up realizing they paid luxury money for an SUV that's more frustrating than futuristic. Number 8. 2025 Subaru Ascent. The 2025 Subaru Ascent seems like the perfect family SUV at first glance. With its standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, a long list of advanced safety tech, and a competitive starting price around $37,000. But for many owners, that confidence starts to crumble well before 80,000 miles when the 2.4L turbocharged boxer engine begins to show troubling signs like excessive oil consumption, cold start rattles, and random check engine lights that can signal internal issues with piston rings, valve, timing, or turbo components. And fixing these problems can cost north of $5,500 once out of warranty. Not to mention the CVT transmission that starts off smooth but develops jerky behavior, rubber band-like acceleration, and occasional shuddering over time, making every commute feel less refined by the month. And while the Ascent impresses on paper with features like Subaru's EyeSight Driver Assist Suite, adaptive cruise control, pre-collision braking, and lane centering, the real-world experience includes annoying phantom braking, inconsistent lane keep performance, and a large 11.6-inch vertical touchscreen that looks futuristic but often freezes, lags, or reboots mid-drive, frustrating owners who just want to change a radio station or check navigation. The spacious interior with seating for up to 8, tri-zone climate control, An available panoramic sunroof is great at first, but interior materials wear quickly, fading seat fabric, creaky plastics, and peeling trim, leaving drivers wondering why they're already visiting service centers more than their neighbors. And with below-average fuel economy at just 21 miles per gallon combined and subpar resale value, many Ascent owners end up ditching Subaru altogether after just a few years of unexpected headaches. Number 7. 2025 Hyundai Santa Fe. The 2025 Hyundai Santa Fe grabs everyone's attention with its bold redesign, squared-off Range Rover-inspired looks, and a tempting starting price of around $36,000. But that initial excitement fades fast for many owners once they cross 50,000 miles and the 2.5L turbocharged engine starts acting up, stalling at stoplights, hesitating on acceleration, or even leaking coolant from head gaskets or turbo seals, with some cases requiring complete engine replacements that run over $6,000 and take weeks due to parts shortages and overwhelmed service centers. And while Hyundai packs in tons of eye-catching features like dual 12.3-inch panoramic screens, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a UVC sanitizing tray, ambient lighting, a digital key, and even an available panoramic sunroof, it's not all smooth sailing. Drivers report constant infotainment crashes, glitchy touch controls, and driver assist tech like lane centering and adaptive cruise behaving more like beta software than refined systems, causing jerky steering inputs and abrupt braking. And despite offering a third row, it's cramped even for kids, and cargo space shrinks noticeably compared to previous models, which frustrates families expecting true SUV utility. Plus, Hyundai's promise of affordable ownership starts unraveling when long repair times, recurring software bugs, and rising maintenance costs kick in, with owners discovering that looking cool and being dependable aren't always the same thing. And many are left second-guessing whether they fell for the styling hype instead of buying long-term peace of mind. Number 6. 2025 Toyota bZ4X. The 2025 Toyota bZ4X seems like a smart leap into the EV world. With sleek, futuristic styling, available all-wheel drive, Toyota's reputation for reliability, and a $43,000 starting price. But for many American drivers, reality kicks in fast when the EPA-rated 252-mile range struggles to deliver even 200 miles in real-world driving. And winter performance is worse thanks to the lack of a thermal battery management system, which causes painfully slow DC fast charging that can take over 10 hours in cold weather, making road trips more stressful than silent. And while Toyota packed it with appealing features like a digital gauge cluster, 12.3-inch touchscreen, wireless Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto, lane trace assist, blind spot monitor, adaptive cruise control, and a panoramic glass roof, the ownership experience is let down by laggy infotainment, awkward touch-sensitive climate button, a steering wheel that blocks the digital cluster for taller drivers, and a general feeling that it wasn't built with American driving conditions in mind. And just when you think Toyota's brand will save your investment, resale values drop fast, dealers offering thousands less than what you owe just a year in. And with sluggish acceleration, tight rear seating, and charging infrastructure that still lags behind competitors, many bZ4X owners feel like they bought into Toyota's name but ended up as test subjects for a rushed first-gen EV. Number 5. 2025 Nissan Pathfinder. The 2025 Nissan Pathfinder looks like a solid family SUV on paper, with rugged styling, seating for 7 or 8, and a tempting $38,000 starting price. But for many American drivers, that excitement starts fading once the 3.5L V6 begins showing early signs of timing chain wear, and the new 9-speed automatic proves just as problematic as the old CVT, with jerky shift, lag off the line, and occasional gear hunting around 60,000 miles, often leading to repairs that can run over $4,500 depending on severity. And while it checks the feature boxes with a 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster, 9-inch infotainment touchscreen, ProPilot Assist, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, tri-zone climate control, heated and ventilated front seats, and a panoramic moonroof, those perks start to feel less impressive when build quality inconsistencies creep in, rattling panels, wind noise at highway speeds, and glitchy driver aids that disengage without warning, all of which make daily drives less enjoyable and long-term ownership more frustrating. And when repairs arise, owners often face long waits at dealerships, expensive OEM parts, and resale values that drop faster than rivals like the Honda Pilot or Kia Telluride, leaving many Pathfinder buyers looking back at their previous SUV and thinking, maybe I should have kept it. Number 4. 2025 Volkswagen Atlas. The refreshed 2025 Volkswagen Atlas grabs attention with its bold Euro-inspired design, massive 3-row interior, and a starting price around $39,000 that feels like a bargain, until reality kicks in for many American owners when that sole 2.0L turbocharged 4-cylinder starts chugging oil, hesitating under throttle, and throwing misfire codes by 70,000 miles, often followed by costly repairs like $4,000 fuel pump or HVAC fixes, and even steering rack failures that blindside families out of warranty. And even though it boasts fancy features like a 12-inch infotainment display, digital cockpit, ventilated front seats, tri-zone climate control, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and a hands-free liftgate, these high-tech perks are plagued by glitchy software, touch-sensitive buttons that lag or freeze, and required updates that sometimes cost owners hundreds just to restore normal function. While the plush-looking cabin begins to betray its age fast with rattling panels, cheap feeling trim, and worsening transmission response that makes stop-and-go driving annoying. And when something does go wrong, VW's service experience delivers the final blow, parts on backorder, repair delays stretching into weeks, and labor rates that make you wonder if you accidentally bought an Audi, which is why more and more Atlas owners are jumping ship and swearing off European SUVs altogether. Number 3. 2025 Chevy Traverse. The all-new 2025 Chevy Traverse turns heads with its bold redesign, massive cargo space, and a tempting $38,000 starting price, making it look like the perfect modern family SUV, until reality sets in when that new 2.5L turbocharged 4-cylinder, meant to replace the old V6, starts misfiring, knocking under load, and showing signs of turbocharger where before even hitting 60,000 miles, with repairs like turbo replacements easily crossing $3,000 and not always covered under warranty, depending on dealer diagnostics. And while Chevrolet advertises best-in-class interior volume, a massive 17.7-inch touchscreen, Google built-in, a digital gauge cluster, and driver assist like lane keep assist, blind zone steering assist, and adaptive cruise control, owners quickly find that the fancy tech comes with frustrating quirks like laggy responses, frequent system reboots, a glitchy backup camera that blurs out within a year, and poor third-row access that still doesn't accommodate adults comfortably. Plus, the suspension feels overly firm and doesn't cushion broken pavement, as well as rivals. And when problems start showing up like electrical gremlins, check engine lights, and steering vibration, expect to spend $800 to $1,200 per repair visit with long waits at the dealership, especially as parts become scarce, which is why more and more Traverse owners find themselves saying, never again, and looking longingly toward more reliable brands like Honda or Toyota. Number 2. 2025 Ford Explorer. The 2025 Ford Explorer draws buyers in with bold styling, seating for 7, and a tempting $39,000 starting price. But that enthusiasm doesn't last long once the 2.3L EcoBoost engine, known for its punchy performance on paper, starts misfiring, overheating in warmer climates, or leaking coolant by the time it hits 75,000 miles, often requiring engine repairs or replacements that can cost $3,500 to $5,000 out of pocket. And things don't get better with the 10-speed automatic transmission either, which sounds impressive until you experience the jerky shifting, delayed engagement, and early failures that can land you with a $4,500 bill. Sure, Ford packs in flashy features like a 12.3-inch digital cluster, tri-zone climate control, Pilot 360 with lane keep and adaptive cruise, a power liftgate, and wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. But the reality is these systems are often buggy, glitch-prone, and in need of constant software patches that most dealers aren't quick to install. Plus, drivers complain about laggy infotainment, disappearing backup camera feeds, and driver assists that disengage randomly. And while the Explorer looks upscale, the rattling door panels, flimsy button, and loud road noise give off budget rental vibes instead of $50,000 family SUV comfort, which is why more and more owners are trading theirs in early and swearing off Ford altogether. Number 1. 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee. The 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee might lure you in with its iconic off-road style, available 4x4 systems, and a respectable $41,000 starting price. But that rugged charm wears thin fast when the base 3.6L V6 or optional 2.0L turbocharged engine begins showing signs of trouble before 75,000 miles. Owners report oil consumption, coolant leaks, overheating, and check engine lights popping on without warning. Paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission that sounds refined but often becomes clunky, slow to shift, and in some cases fails altogether, leading to rebuild costs that can soar past $5,000. And while Jeep loads the Grand Cherokee with upscale tech like a 10.1-inch 𝐃𝐢𝐬𝐜𝐥𝐚𝐢𝐸 Connect 5 digital gauge cluster, wireless Apple CarPlay, adaptive cruise, and lane keep assist, the electronics don't hold up, with laggy responses, unresponsive screens, blacked-out backup cameras, and frustrating software bugs that sometimes require $200 diagnostics just to get started. Combine that with stiff ride quality, subpar fuel economy at 19 miles per gallon city and 26 highway, and dealerships that charge luxury-level rates for even basic repairs, and the Jeep dream quickly becomes a maintenance nightmare, leaving many owners wondering why they didn't just go with something more reliable like a Toyota or Honda. And with this, we have reached the end of this video. If you found it helpful, then make sure to like it and subscribe the channel for future 𝐃𝐢𝐬𝐜𝐸 videos. And to see 10 most satisfying SUVs, then click on the left video. And to see 7 cheap SUVs, then click on the right video.